guys, finally I'm able to edit this video. It's been a long time, I know, but I had so much to do and as I have mentioned before, I'm working on 3 houses at the moment. This is one of them, and so I'm proud to finally upload them. Um, so I got the inspiration for this house from The Witcher 1. There are some houses that look very similar to this, and it's supposed to be a medieval townhouse. And the reason why I wanted to build something like that is because I think it looks really interesting how it's somehow topsy-turvy, and the shape is quite unusual, I think, at least for the houses that I built today. Um, and it is a townhouse because they had no space in the cities as it is today, and so they decided to build houses that were really close together. But because there was no space in the streets to build them, well, to make them really spacious, they decided to make the upper floors bigger. And so I think in the upper floors, if there would be another house close to this house, there wouldn't be really much space between them. Well, at least in the upper floors. So I think that is a really interesting issue that they had and that they decided to solve um, with this kind of style. So today they are building a lot of high-rise buildings, but at this time they weren't able to do that, and so they decided to come up with a more unique idea, I think. Yeah, what am I doing now? I'm trying to build a small wreck or runway, if you say that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, I also saw that in The Witcher, and I think they did that because at that time they didn't really have solid streets and pavements, and so I imagine there to be a lot of mud and dirt, and so I think they didn't want to make their clothes dirty so much. And perhaps that is why they have that there. I got a lot of use for this house from the how's it called again? The expansion pack. Get Together. Yeah, there were a lot of Tudor wallpapers and the stones as well, and the dark wood. I love the dark wood, and it took me a really long time to make the Tudor wallpapers look good or look believable. Because I never built something like that before. And even though I live in Germany, it's not that there are Tudor houses. Well, that every house is a Tudor house. So that's not the fact. Or well, that's not reality. And I think it's kind of like, yeah, it's more usual in the old parts of cities. So in the more modern parts or in the newer parts, there aren't a lot of buildings that look like that. What I try to do there is I saw some kind of an overhanging or decoration in The Witcher, and I wanted to try this out for this house, but it was so difficult and I just couldn't handle it, and I wasn't able to rebuild it. So what you see now is what I'm going to delete eventually because it just didn't work. And yeah, this is really sad because it looked so unique and beautiful. But yeah, well, I wasn't really able to do that, so I'm sorry if you like that, but it's now not in the building anymore, or on the building anymore. Um, and I used a lot of different windows actually, because I think on the first floor I used a lot of dark windows, and when we go higher I used some more lighter windows, because I think, or I thought, well, I think that it matches the style of the Tudor wood more if you have lighter windows there. So yeah, I just wanted to do that. And I also saw a lot of flower, um, how are they called? Flower pots or flower whatever under the windows. And I thought, well, that was really beautiful. And I've never used something like that before. I don't know why, because perhaps I think that's a little bit kitschy if you say that. Yeah, but in this case, it really suited the style of the house, and that's what I wanted to reach with that house. So I think I'm quite happy with that house. Um, and I love the interior. I really, really like building or furnishing houses. Um, well, especially furnishing houses because I I don't know. It's just so much fun to think of stories for the people that are living there, and yeah, then you have to decorate the houses as they would do and not as you perhaps would do. Um, and I know there aren't a lot of windows. I tried to put some in, but yeah, at some places it was just not believable or not that realistic, at least for me, or for what I imagined for that house to be, or like the houses looked in the game. So yeah, I didn't do that. But there are a lot of candles in that house. I try to use just candles and um, no electronic lighting because, of course, there was no electronic lighting. And yeah, I think it's really beautiful in the end, and I really, really like it. And I would love to play in this house, but I don't know if it would be possible a bit because I think it's a little bit too expensive for now. Um, I think I built this for my royal family challenge. Um, but I don't know if they will be able to afford this house because I think it's just about 100,000 simoleons. It's not that expensive, but yeah, they don't have that. I think they don't even have 20,000. Um, so it would take a lot of time for them to eventually live in that house, and perhaps then they have a big family and it would be too small for them already. So I don't know. I think I used them for taking the screenshots of the inside. Yeah, but in the end, I think I won't use that for them. Um, Here I'm still working on these overhangings, and I really tried very hard. Or for example, these small roof things over the windows. I never use them, and I didn't know what to use them for and for what they were intended. But I think um, if you have such a house in a city, and as I mentioned before, the upper floors of the house are going out, and so you are really close to the house in front of your house or at the other side of the street, and so they could look into your windows, and so perhaps it was for privacy purposes. At least that's what I imagine, or otherwise I wouldn't know what to do with these roof things. Um, yeah, here I'm trying to get the shape right of the roofs, and I also tried to make a little garden, although I don't think it's very usual, or it was really very usual at that time. Well, at least not in the city, I imagine. But it looked nice, and so I wanted it to be there. And yeah, I think we're almost coming to the end of the video. I don't even know what I'm doing after that. Oh yeah, a little bit of terrain paint. That's always. Oh, I think I put the stairs in, and I think the wallpapers. That was really a struggle because I wanted the Tudor wallpapers in the same way as I colored or as I painted the outdoor Tudor wallpapers. So I had to look from each angle how they looked, and then I had to rebuild it in the inside. So that was really time consuming. But yeah, I wanted it that way, and that's what I did, why I did it. And no, we won't keep that dark wood everywhere. Although it looks quite nice, I think. It looks so natural, and I really like that. Yeah, that's why I try to match the outdoor and the indoor or interior wallpapers. Um, yeah, it just took a lot of time. I don't think I do something after that, except for flooring perhaps. But I think that's all. Oh yeah, and putting the doors in. That would be really important for the people that want to live there. And I think there are 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and 3 bedrooms. Although the bigger bedroom or the master bedroom is really, really big, and they have a bathtub in there in front of the fireplace, and I think this is really beautiful, but you will see it in the second part of the video. So we are going into the screenshots in any second, I think. So I hope you like this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys!